Jackie and I go way back. I'd say we've been involved for years. Well, anyway, a real long while. Let me put it like this. I could pick her out in a crowd. It's not a lie about me wanting her to come over. It is a lie about me writing a novel. When it comes to Jackie, I present one truthful thing and one falsity. How bad is that? I think there's a kind of balance to it. Not everyone takes balance into account, and that's unfortunate. Every time she phones, she insists I don't need her, that I'm just making up stories about what she means to me, instead of putting a real story into a fictional novel. But as she points out, the novel is indeed fictional, in the sense that it doesn't exist and it never will. Which, she goes on to say, makes me a bloody liar. That hurts my feelings. But also, to be honest, I love the way she says bloody liar. I don't know why. It might be the passionate tone she employs when saying it, with what sometimes sounds like an English accent. That trace of an English accent is extra exotic on account of her being from Missouri. I tell Jackie I might be lying, but I don't want to be, which is an important distinction because intention matters. They tell you that at all the yoga classes I don't go to. Jackie, I say, I think about you throughout the day. She wants to know which parts of the day, and that panics me. I can't recall which parts. Maybe if I could, if I had more time, but I don't, and it's the type of question you're supposed to answer on the spot. Jackie sighs in a way that makes me think she sees right through me, that I'm not complex. I want to get out ahead of her possible disillusionment by giving her the impression I can read her mind. I know I'm not all that complex, I say. Not all that, she replies. I'm trying to figure out why she left the word complex out. It's an unnerving omission. But we talk, I say, wanting to remind her of a solid benefit to our relationship, particularly when, on account of my lack of complexity, she may be jumping to conclusions. I want to put a swift end to any possible jumping, because women have done that before, jumped to lightning quick conclusions, leaving me no time to get my bearings. In a flash, they were all conclusions and I was all history. I think it's time I reached out to you, I say, because I think of that as an affectionate sentiment with a tactile subtext. You fucker, she says with a snort. I think it's a snort, but a snort is hard to be sure of over the phone. A snort is super obvious face to face. I have the feeling our conversation is not going well, which makes it a particularly bad time for my mind to wander, but it never asks my permission and just goes wandering off whenever it wants. It wanders off to a time when this young woman gave me a free zine with the warning, "It's a little dirty." I want to share this memory with Jackie, but I think I've lived long enough to know this anecdote may not be super well received under the present circumstances. Then again, maybe I haven't lived long enough. How old is the average person before they are certain of when and when not to bring up the subject of a zine that's a little dirty with their girlfriend, who may be in the middle of an important insight into the nature of a relationship she has with a man who is lying about a novel and adding to that duplicity by making exaggerated claims about how he's thinking about her during the day. Then, just to up the tension meter to a level I don't believe it's equipped to handle, Jackie asked me if I remember where we met. I know it was around here someplace, I say, which I know is not an award-winning answer, like especially for folks who are sticklers for detail. And if my thoughts weren't suddenly so focused on the young woman's cautionary note in regard to the zine she left me with, I might have come up with a more specific answer. Good guess, Jackie says, ladling those two words with a good-sized helping of dripping sarcasm. But Jackie is still on the phone, which I'm thinking is a pretty significant part of this story, in case you were looking for a significant part. It was Josh's diner, I yell, like a quarterback who just flung a winning touchdown into the hands of an astonished receiver with just a few seconds left to go in the game. It wasn't, Jackie says. Jackie, I say, figuring I'm toast and therefore deciding to go with a bit of honesty in the time remaining. Yes, she says, I do think about you when you're not here. I mean, I wouldn't want you to come over if I didn't think about you, right? The truth is, your suspicions in regard to the novel are not unfounded. But I feel like the novel is about to begin because something happened that I believe might launch it. What would that be, Jackie asks. Well, I say hesitantly, after a literary event recently, this young woman gave me a zine that she said was a little dirty. She was being very cautious with me in the way I am attempting to be with you now. Perhaps she was concerned about handing a senior citizen a provocative piece of literature, or revealing aspects of her imagination to me on the page that she would not share with me if we were having a cup of coffee together. Did you have a cup of coffee together? No, definitely not, I say. I'm so happy Jackie is still on the phone. Because she is, I feel a strange confidence in the future of my novel. But no confidence or clarity in terms of my future with the zine. And that's troubling.